Good afternoon. Welcome to our Midday Mull for Tuesday the 4th of August. Continuing to reflect on the book of Ruth. In chapter 1 from verse 6 we're told, "When Naomi heard in Moab that the Lord had come to the aid of his people by providing food for them, she and her daughters-in-law prepared to return home from there. With her two daughters-in-law she left the place where she had been living and set out on the road that would take them back to the land of Judah." And I was struck by the understanding she had, where she looks and she says that the Lord had come to the aid of his people. They had food, and it was a case of, the weather turned or something changed, and she saw God's hand in it, God providing for his people. The implication of that is that the famine we read about at the beginning was also within God's plan, and if not caused by him, certainly allowed by him. And one thinks of the passages of the prophets where they threaten the people time and again, if you turn away from God, he will not bless you. Indeed, he will bring judgment on you. And so we're not sure exactly what the story behind the famine was, but it must have been allowed by God for his purposes. And now Naomi hears God has come to the aid of his people and turned things around. And we need to remember that all things come from God, the good but also the bad. We sing very easily, all good gifts around us are sent from heaven above, which is entirely true. But some of the things we struggle with are also sent by God. And we echo what Job says when his life fell apart and his wife says to him, "You may as well curse God and die." He says, "You're talking like a foolish woman. Shall we accept good from God and not trouble?" And so for us, that's an encouragement. God is in control. And the good things we have are given us as blessings from God. And when we don't see those blessings, or when we're going through difficult times, or when there are things we're struggling with, or when there's a famine or some other disaster, we have COVID and we're all locked in our homes, we don't say, we've got to wait for God to come back. No, God is right there with us in that moment as well. And so that needs to be an encouragement to us. All of our life is lived in God, under his authority, in his dispensation, and he will do what is right and he will do what is good. We need to just keep holding on to him, trusting him, and walking with him. So with that truth, be encouraged and be blessed.